So for this blanket, you will need 59 of these. If you're going to use two colors, then you would do 35 of one and 24 of the other color. Okay, so it's a pretty simple pattern. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do yours. Now I would suggest leaving a long tail for you to weave in the ends. So you're gonna do your slip knot, and then do not tight it as much, just more or less like this. Because we're gonna have to go back in here and do 6 single crochets, so you want it to be a little bit loose so it won't be that difficult. So after the slip knot, you're gonna chain up 2. And then you're gonna go back in here to this first one, and you're gonna do 6 single crochets in there. Now for those of you who are new, this can be a little bit difficult because it's really, there's not much room to hold this, but it's doable. You'll get used to it. Once you do some of these, you'll get used to it. Because when I started this pattern, I had a hard time grabbing on like this. But then after you do so many, then you'll get used to it. Okay, so after the 6 single crochets, you're going to go into the first single crochet and do a slip stitch. Okay, so the next round, you're going to chain up 5, which counts as a double crochet plus 2 chains. Then you're going to go back into the same space here and do a double crochet. Then the next single crochet, you're going to do a double crochet. You're going to chain 2, and then go back into the same stitch and do another double crochet. And then repeat. A double crochet in the next single crochet, chain 2, and then go back in and do another double crochet. And it's the same all the way around. So once you're finished, and you're going to slip stitch on the top of the chain 3. So you should have 6 little spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very important that you count it before you proceed, because it's going to throw the pattern off, because it has 6 sides. Okay, so once you slip stitch into the chain 3, you're going to go ahead and do another slip stitch into the chain 2, just to get to this chain space. You're going to chain up 3, and then do another double crochet. Oh, before I continue, I just want disclaimer: this is not my pattern. I saw this pattern a while, and I really like it. I think it makes for a great Christmas present. So that's why I released this. I'm releasing this video in October. So this is October 2024. So I'm releasing it in this month. So that way, if you want to make some blankets for to gift, or to sell, whatever, you have enough time. Okay. So you're going to do and then you're going to chain 3, and then go back into the same space and do 2 more double crochets. And then again, in the chain 2 space, you're going to do the same. You're going to do double crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet. And again, chain 2 space, double crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet. So you would just continue and all the chain 2 spaces. So basically what you're doing is you're making the corners. Okay, so once you're at the end, then you're going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3 to join, then slip stitch in the next double crochet, and then slip stitch in the chain 3 space. Okay, so here you're going to chain up 3, then you're going to do 2 double crochets, a total of 3. Sorry, because I was out of frame. Chain 3, and then do 3 double crochets. Oh goodness. Okay. Then you're going to chain 1, and in this next chain 3 space, you're going to do 3 double crochets, and then chain 3, and then another 3 double crochets in that same space. And that's round number 3. So again, chain 1, chain 3 space, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Oh, this always happens when I'm doing this on camera. This is so annoying. Okay. And that's, you're going to continue. So remember to chain 1 between each of the sets of the 3 double crochet, chain 3 double crochet. It's going to be in the next. So you're going to do this in all the spaces. Okay, so this is your last chain 3 space. So remember to chain 1, and then you're going to slip stitch to join on the top of the chain 3. Okay, so now you're going to slip stitch until you reach into the space, into the chain 3 space. Okay, so this is the last round. So you're going to chain up 3, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets. Crochets, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to do 4 double crochets. Okay, now you're going to chain 3, then you're going to jump to the chain 3 space and do 4 double crochets, chain 2, and then 4 double crochets. Just remember to chain 3, and then just go ahead and do the 4 double crochets, chain 2 4 double crochets in each of these spaces. These spaces, right? The chain 3 spaces. Okay, so here at the end, so I'll do my 3 chains. Then you're going to join, slip stitch the top of the chain 3. Try to go into both loops, just more, okay? Then you're going to fasten off. So next, weave in the ends. I know this is a headache. Oh, that's why I don't like to do these like I don't do cranny squares or anything like that, because it's just, especially if you're going to use different color of yarn, because I really dislike doing the weaving on the ends, but it's a necessary evil. You don't want to, because if you do not weave in the ends, for those of you that are new at this, if you don't, even if you're going to use this as just a decorative, like if you're going to use it to decorate something and you're never going to move it ever, not even to wash it, you probably could get away with it, but I do not recommend not weaving in the ends at all, even if it's just decoration, because even the movement, people, let's say for example, you you have people over, and then you're like, oh, I got to move this thing because it's in the way or whatever. And then you move it, and these things can just come apart. So the way I do it is I'm just going to go here. So it just, I mean, at least if you don't want to, you know, at least try to weave it in 2 times. By that I mean like do once forward and then once backward. That's it. But if you're going to give this away, or it's going to, you know, it's going to be washed in this, I would recommend going back 1 more time. 3 times this. And that way it's completely secure and it will not come undone in the wash. Okay, so I'm going to weave in this one. I guess, and that's why I leave a long tail, because of this. Because if you leave a short tail like this, then it's going to be hard for you to do this, especially if you're using a large needle like this. So I always leave, I mean, this is, I don't know how long it is, but it's pretty long. And another thing that I've seen other crocheters do is they crochet over, like they'll do something and they'll just crochet over it and leave it like that. To me, that's not secure. That's not secure. It can move easily. So I'm just gonna go here, come up this side. Then I'm gonna go do this here. I'm gonna do 1. This yarn is kind of stiff. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back. You don't want to go back in the same way on the space that the yarn came out of. You want to grab and go on the next loop. That way you can hold on, or stay still, or stay put. I'm gonna do 2. You don't want to pull on it too tight, because then it'll go like this. So just make sure that you don't do that. And then again, I'm not gonna go in here. I'm gonna go here. This is the back of it. So and it's white. So if you it doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna see it. Oh, this yarn is. I'm using Karen 1 pound yarn. Hold on. And it's very stiff. I mean, not that stiff, but oh my God, I can't get this thing out. Okay, but it's kind of hard to weave in. So again, just go like that. You don't want to. So there. So it's been done 3 times. It's secure. Because I would be completely mortified if I sell one of these, right? Give one of these, and then it comes apart in the wash. Oh God, no. Okay. So that is, and I guess I wanted to mention that, you don't have to use white. You can use another white. You can use gray. You can just use whatever colors you want. Just be creative and do what you want. I think it looks beautiful either way. Just make sure that you're using a lighter color than just use a lighter color for the snowflake, so it will stand out from whatever color you use for the border or for the outside of the snowflake. Okay, so here this one is. So I'm going to use this color yarn. So you're going to do again, I always leave a long tail. Okay, so you're going to go in any chain 2 space. Doesn't matter which one, just any chain 2 space. And I recommend doing the slip knot, because you're going to do a single crochet. So you're going to just pull the yarn through. You have the 2 loops, and then just pull it through like this. Chain 1, and then do another single crochet in that chain space. Okay. So here, you're not going to work in these loops. You're going to work between the stitches, because that's what gives it that snowflakey look. Okay. So here you're going to do a half double crochet. Oh goodness, I didn't do it. Okay, half double crochet. I don't know why I did that. I'm not doing trouble. Half double crochet. and then another half double crochet in the second one, and then you're going to do a double crochet in the next space. Okay, and here you're going to do 2 double crochets, and then the next one you're going to do, not in the next one, but the next stitch is going to be a treble. And what you're going to do is not do this, you're going to go down here on this chain 1 space. You're going to go down there, and then pull up a little bit, and then finish your treble. Okay, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets on the other side. So now you're going to go, let's say, up the heel. So you're going to go up the heel the same way you came down. So you're going to do a double crochet in this space, and then 2 half double crochets in the next 2 spaces. So 1, 2. And in the corner, you're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet. Now you're going down, so you go down, so you do half double crochet, half double crochet, and then you're going to do a double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, this chain 3 space. You're going to do your treble, go down to this chain 1 space right here, pull it up a little bit, finish your treble, and then do 2 double crochets like that. So again, you're going up, so you're going to do a double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet. In the corner, you do single crochet, chain 1, and then you're going to do a single crochet. And then again, you're going down, so it's half double crochet, half double crochet, and then double crochet, and then repeat in chain 3. So double crochet, double crochet, oopsie, okay, then do your treble, go down to your chain 1 space, pull it up a little. If I pull it up a little, I mean just release some of the yarn, because you don't want it to go like this. See, and that gives it that hexagon shape. So that's what you're going to do all around. Okay, so at the end, so what you're going to do is go into this single crochet here. You're going to slip stitch. Okay. So now you're going to chain up 3. Then you're going to go into the corner, which somehow shifted a little bit. I don't know why it does that. It just does. So this is the corner right here, which is your single crochet, chain 1 single crochet. You're going in that corner, and you're going to do a double crochet. You're going to chain 3, and then you're going to do another double crochet in that same space. And the yarn is splitting. Okay, and you're just going to double crochet all the way, all around actually. So double crochet. And the only thing you're going to do is when you reach the corner, you're going to do double crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet, and that's for all corners. But other than that, this one is pretty easy. Once you get to do like 5 or 6, you're going to you're not going to need your notes anymore. It's very easy to memorize. So again, I'm here at the corner. Just make sure to, again, I don't know why it's shifted on the side, but then you're going to do your double crochet. You're going to do chain 3 and then double crochet in the same space, and that's it. That's your round number 2. Just double crochet it around and do your corners. Okay, so here I'm at the end. Now, make sure I know this is, it kind of looks like there's 2 stitches left, but in reality, this stitch belongs to the chain 3. So you don't want to do a double crochet in here. So this would be your last, last stitch right here. See, it's kind of strange how it looks. So you're gonna do the last stitch on this stitch, your last double crochet. Then you're going to join on the top of the chain 3. Okay, now usually you would do this, right? And you can. The way I'm doing it is I'm doing a single crochet like this. That way it looks even. Now, if you are, oh, where is it? I would recommend placing a stitch marker in this double crochet that you just did, just to make sure that, because we're gonna go all over to make single crochets on every stitch, so that way you don't accidentally go round and round, or you're probably, because like me, I watch my tablet and sometimes I get distracted, so I can actually just go around like this. I don't know why, but I just do. So I rather place a stitch mark telling me where I did my first single crochet, just to make sure. But that's me. But if you're paying attention to what you're doing, then no problem. So then what you're gonna do is just do single crochet all the way around. In the corners, you're gonna do 3 single crochets. And that's it. That's to neaten up the edge by doing this, the single crochets all around. And that's it. So single crochet all around, and in the corner you're going to do 3 single crochets. So it can more or less give it a pointy look, like this. Actually, it gives it a pointy look. That's what we do. So it gives that pointy look. Okay, so I'm here at the end. The last single crochet. Now I know I'm actually at the end. Oh, goodness. Okay, and then you're just going to slip stitch. And then just do a 1 chain to secure it. And then the yarn. And make it really secure. So again, weave in the ends. Which is so fun. Okay. So I'm just going to go up here. Make sure you just don't go deep enough that you're going to come out the other side. And I'm going to pull it through these right here. I'm going to go back starting here and a 3rd time like this. Okay, there's that. And then here I'm just going to go here. Let me see, right here. Don't pull it too apart because you don't want this to collapse. And then I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go back one more time. And then a 3rd time. There. Nice and secure. Cut off. Okay, so now comes the interesting part. You're gonna put all these together once you have all your little hexagons. So 59. So what you're gonna do is you're going to sew these together. And I'm gonna show you different ways you can do this. You're gonna sew these together. So for one color, you're going to do 7 of these. You're gonna do 7 rows, call them rows. And then for the lighter color or the other color you're using, you're gonna do 4, 6, and you're gonna do 6. You're gonna sew 6 of them together. Put this a little bit back. So again, you're going to do a row of 7 of these of one color. So you're gonna do 7, but you're gonna do 7 of these. You're gonna do 5 rows of the 7s. And of the other color, you're gonna do 6. You're gonna sew in 6 of these, and you're going to do you're going to need 4 of the 6 ones. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so it's 5 of the 7 and 4 of the 6. So there's several ways you can do this. So here I have 6. Let me see. Okay. So what I did for me was easier is oh goodness, this is completely crooked. Sorry, I'll move this a little bit. So what I did is I single crochet all the way across in the back. And it looks like this in the front. So you can do that, or you can actually just grab your needle and you can sew them together. The reason I don't do the sewing is because for this part, you're gonna need just a little bit of yarn to sew. But when you're putting these rows together, it's a long way down. So if you're sewing, you can't really use a very long piece of yarn because it's gonna get tangled. And then you're gonna have to cut it off and then start over. And what does that mean? More sewing in the ends, and I don't want that. But if you want to do it differently, so you can do that. So put your little hexagons, Snowflake hexagons, you can put them right sides together. See? So the right side, which is the pretty side, you're gonna put them together like this. Then you can take your needle, take the thread. I'm just gonna give you an example. And you're going to, now I'm gonna start at the corner. So I want to make sure that I'm starting at the first one here and at the first one on the other side. So it will be even, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go in here. Now there's one way you can do it. If you want for this not to show, what you would do is just go in the back loop like this. Just in the back, the first loop right here, in the back loop, like this one. And on the other side, like here, you would go here. Not this first, but the second. You would do that. Now, and then you can just make a little knot like this and then weave in the ends. Okay, this is just an example, so I'm not really close, but I think it's pretty because you don't actually see the sewed part, but I don't trust it because you're just grabbing 2 loops like this. I don't. It's invisible, if you can see. Actually, once you pull it together, this will be invisible. It will just look like, let me see. I need to pull on it. I'm gonna pull on it. Because I wasn't pulling on the other one, but see, you can barely see it. I don't know if you can see. You pull on, you can barely see it. And especially if you're gonna if you wanna use this some color of yarn or whatever, you're not gonna see it. But again, I don't trust that method because I just don't. It's just too little. It's held up by 2 little loops, but that's my opinion. Or you just can go through all the loops. You know, just go through all the loops like this and do it that way. And that's it. That's the 2 ways that I know of. I know there's a lot of other ways, but but that's the one that I know. I know there's probably some that you can actually put them together as you go. I've never tried it, to be honest, but that's one way to put it. Another way to do it. Okay. So the way I did it, and to me it's really secure, is, let me see, do slipknot. So we're just going to go into this. This is the first of the 3 of the corner on this side. And then I'm gonna go on this side right here. And then I'm just going to do a single crochet, and that's what I'm going to do on all of them. Just single crochet your way. Make sure that you're following. Don't try to do this and then try to do this over here. Make sure that it's even, basically. So this is the next one, because you don't want it to bunch up. Do that. So that's what I did. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm out of frame. Let me do that again, because I don't remember. Frustrating. Okay, again. Now I'm going to actually show you. I guess, okay, so again, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start on this side right here. And then I'm going to go into the next one, and you're going to go into the next one. So make sure you're not doing this and then doing this over here. You need to follow. You need to make sure that you're doing it. How can I explain this? On the that they're actually lined up. That's what I'm trying to say. They have to be lined up so you can actually do it. So that way it won't bunch up or it won't look wonky. So this on this side it's okay, but when you attach it, going now, you can attach it every way you want. Maybe you want to attach it, I mean, maybe grab the rows, put them together and attach them, not like this, but start here. I mean, I'm not sure. There's just a lot of ways you can do this. So whatever feels right for you, however you want to attach these things, it's really up to you. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way. There's no wrong way, basically. You can just do it whatever feels comfortable to you. But to me, it was just easier to attach, to make the rows first, and then attach it. So here again, I'm going to do the weaving in the ends. Now, when I do this, I do it as I go, because, oh my God, if I leave it like for, at the end, to me, it's just a nightmare to do. And I'm just going to go in here. What I do is I go into one loop here. I go into another loop here, and then I go back and do it like this. Again, you don't want to cross over. But yeah, I do this as I go on this part. When I do these little motif things, I actually do all the 24, then I go back and weave in the ends for all of them. So I'm just going to go right here. I go into one loop here, go back this loop. I mean, you can do this also any way you want. This is just what I think is best for me, to make sure that I feel more comfortable doing it like this, knowing it's not gonna come apart. Okay. So once you have your 5 rows of one color and 4 rows of the other, this is what you're gonna do. So hopefully this is, can we see? Try to make this a little bit. Okay. So this is going to be your row. So you're going to start with row number 7. Okay, you're going to start with row number 7 right here. Let me see if I can make this. Oh, sorry, I know I hate when the camera moves because it makes me dizzy. I hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. Okay, then you're going to grow your row 7. Now, the way this blanket is that the row number 7 piece, it's because let me show you. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab this. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. These should not be even. What you're going to do is this. I'm going to print something that I have, and I guess it's going to be easier to explain if you actually see it on paper. Okay, so this is going to be easier. So this is what the blanket looks like. So as you can see, it's going to be like one square up, one square down, or one hexagon up, one hexagon, like this. So that's why, oops. So let's see. So this is what it looks like. Let me see, like this. So that's when you need, this is the row 7, so you need 5. Or row 6, you're gonna need 4. So when you put them together, you're going to put the one for the row 6 a little bit lower, like this. And the one for the row 7 a little higher, so I can get this effect. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now that it's right here on paper, it's easier to visualize. Okay, so that's it. So when you go and put these together again, make sure that I'm going to see if I can link this paper, if I can link it somewhere. That way you could go in and probably make a printout of it. That way you can see how to put them together. Just easier. I know this is strange, but it's like this. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So here again, here you have your 7, you have your 6. So here goes your 6 right here. See? That's a little bit lower. So then you're going to sew them together. Now, once you've done, when I started out, I had a hard time figuring out where everything went. So you want to do this. Make sure you do your good sides together like this. So you're going to sew it all the way here. And then what you can do, let me just sew this real quick so I can give you an idea. Oh, where's my crochet? Oh, here it is. Where is, it's over here. Okay, let me sew this side together so I can explain what I mean. It's a little bit, it's not your typical. So again, I'm starting here at the beginning of the corner. And here's the beginning of this corner right here. So let me just do this real quick. I'm just going to sew it. Let me sew it real quick, and then I'll come back and explain what I'm trying to say, because it's hard. It's better. It's easier to show than to try to explain it. Okay, so when I was editing the video, I noticed that I didn't explain how to, once you're finished with the number, with these, putting these together. So let's just pretend that you're going to, not pretend, but let's pretend that this is sewn together. But so let's say you're finished with sewing these together, these first 2 rows. So then the next one is going to be your 7, the row with your 7 motifs. Okay. So the blanket's going to be like this. So when you do that, you're not going to do this. You're going to remember to scoot it up like this, like that. So this can be higher, which is what, oh, what did I do with the paper? Okay, I don't know what I did with this paper, but, so yeah, it's gonna go like this. So this can be higher. You can see that, right? And then again, once you're finished with the third, you start your fourth row, and you come on this side, and you put them together like this. So this can be lower than this. So that's basically it. Once you, like I said, I think I mentioned that when you do it for the first time, it's confusing. I was confused, but then you'll get the hang of it. And again, if you're going to start your other row, and you're going to do this like this. So this can be higher. Sorry, no, that's not correct. It's supposed to be like this. I can't put this microphone any higher than what it is, so it's kind of hard to see. Hopefully I can see. But anyway, with this and with the drawing, that's going to be linked. I found a way to link it. I put it in Canva, so you're just going to click on the link and it's going to show, and you can actually print it if you need to. And but it'll be easier for you to place these, to do it like this. Just remember, again, the row of this number 7 motifs has to be higher, and this has to be lower to give it that effect that I showed you on the paper. Okay, so let's say you're like this. You're sewed and you're finished sewing one side. So you need to make sure to turn it. Sorry. So the easiest way to do when you start out is to flip it back to where it was and see how this other one lays out. See? So flip it back how it was, make sure, okay, now this side, and then just flip it back and then start sewing it like this. And that goes for all of the, because if you what I do now, since I've done a lot of these, is I sew it, I'm like this, and I just grab this side and turn it like this. So I don't know if that makes any sense. So again, I'm doing like this, and then you're gonna start to do this side. So you have to pick it up and then turn it and do it like this. But again, if you're not sure, flip it back and then flip it back like this. I'm like, oh, okay, now it's this time. Okay, now make sure that when you're at the end, when you've finished, do not, okay, hold on. This is, another thing, this thing gets really big, so you want to make sure you're on your sofa or have a big desk in order to be able to fit this thing, because it gets pretty bulky. So once you're at the end, make sure you're gonna probably be here, which is you're gonna know when you're at the end because it's gonna be the last sewed in piece. That's the best I can explain it, okay? And then you're gonna sew these two together. Make sure not to sew, and that's it. You're gonna sew these two together. So you're gonna finish here. That's gonna be that's gonna tell you that you're finished. How can I explain this? That you're finished sewing until the last, basically you're on the last, at the beginning of the last one. So make sure that you sew it here and then sew it here. Because it's easy to do this. You're here, and then you're like, and then you can go say, oh, here, and then you can actually, because this is your last row right here. See? You're gonna sew here and that's it. Stop. Don't go around this way or around all. So go around this way because it's gonna be like this. Okay? that's fine. So yeah, so once you reach the last row of these together, or the last one, make sure to just sew it on one side and leave it at that. And then just, you know, fasten off and leave in your ends. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the last step of this one is I'm going to show you how to do the border. Now, once you've got everything, what you're gonna do is you're gonna flip it on the wrong side. It's on the back side. You're gonna do this on the back side. So you're gonna grab your yarn. Where is this? Okay, here it is. So you're gonna do again your slip knot like this. You can start anywhere, it doesn't matter. You're gonna do, so what you're gonna do here is you're not gonna do a single, you're gonna do a single crochet. No, a slip stitch, sorry. You're gonna do a slip stitch. So slip this, and that's it, it's on. Next, you're going to do a double treble in the next space, in the next stitch. And then the next stitch, you're going to do a slip stitch, like this. And then treble. And your treble. And then a slip stitch in the next. So slip stitch. You don't want to do a single crochet, and I'm going to show you why. This takes a long time to do. Because it's okay. And then again, slip stitch. And then treble. And then slip stitch. So you're going to do it on the back, because look what's going to look like in the front. Like this. So that gives it that little effect. So that's it. You just do it on every stitch. Remember, when you come to the joining part, to do it in this stitch right here and this stitch right here. You don't want to leave, because then it'll leave a gap. So this one, then this one. And that's how it looks. So that's why it gives it that effect on the side. You do it on the back side. So that's why it has to be done on the back side to get this on the front side. And that's your edge. Or you can do another finish if you want. Another type of, I don't know. I do this because I think it looks really pretty. It gives it a little, it's like the finishing touch. But again, if you want something else or something different, or you just want to go and just do single crochet just to give it a clean look all around, then that's your option. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, God, go wild. Just do whatever you want. If you want to do one color of each, I mean, it's just your choice, whatever you want to do. Just, you know, be as creative as you want to be. There's no set rules as to it has to be like this. No, never. The only thing you have to follow is the pattern. But other than that, you can do whatever with the colors. And that's it. That's again, I'm going to try to see if I can link this somewhere. Oh, so you can have it. I'll probably make like a 7. I'll make a little bit of notes here just so you know. That's what it looks like. Now, in the photo that I put on the thumbnail, it's just the blanket, but it really doesn't show the shape or the edge, but anyway. Okay, so that's it for this pattern. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I think it's really pretty. It would make a great gift, or you know what, just do one for yourself, or you know, for your sofa for the holidays. Just go wild. And okay, so anyway, if you have any questions, please email me. Feel free to email me. I respond to all emails. And I hope you learned something new today, and thank you for watching.